A very good morning, students. I hope everyone is doing really well. So are we. Today, we are going to begin with a very new chapter of your New Voices textbook, which is chapter number 11, The Bell. We are going to deal with part 1 of this particular chapter. This chapter is written by Geeta Krishnankutti. So before I begin with what the chapter is all about, let us have a brief knowledge about who the author is. So let's begin. These are the images of Geeta Krishnankutti. She is an award-winning and well-established translator of stories, short stories precisely, novels and anthologies from Malayalam to English. Her work won her first Crossword Indian Language Fiction Award in 1999. She lives in Chennai and she works there as well. Let me add on more about her information. She has got her doctorate degree from the University of Mysore in English literature. And she has not just won Crossword Award, but also she has won many awards that is related to the translation. She is more known for translating stories into English. Anthology, meaning a book that contains pieces of writings or poems, often on the same subject by different authors. Means it is a collection of poems or writings or stories that are based on the same subject but are written by different authors. That is the meaning of anthology. Children, let us begin with our story, but before that, let me remind you, please keep your textbooks and your pens along so that whenever you come across any difficult word, you could underline it and write down its meaning. Let's begin. An unusual sense of excitement pervaded meaning to spread through and be noticeable in every part of something. Her visit to the temple this evening. So, what has happened? The girl comes in a very excitement. Okay? And what was excitement all about? Let's see. There had been an argument over lunch between her and the grown-ups when she had announced her decision to ring the bell in front of the sanctuary at the hour of lamp lighting. What is a sanctuary, children? Sanctuary is a room or a place which is considered to be as holy in any religious place or building. So this girl, she announces that she is going to ring the bell which is in front of the sanctuary, and all the grown-ups argued along with her. And what did she say? Let's see. If Tangam can ring it, so can I. She debated hotly. Debated hotly means she debated with full of confidence. They protested in shocked voices. What is the meaning of protest? A statement or action that shows that you do not like or approve of something. So all the grown-ups, they protested and they said, Tangam is the daughter of the temple priest. She is permitted to touch the bell. Now, what this girl replies? Let's see. She responded angrily that Tangam came over to play hide and seek every afternoon and behaved no differently from any of them. What did she say? Tangam comes and she plays along with us. So there, we never treated her differently. She is just like us. So why during the time of bell ringing in the lamp lighting hour, she is treated to be as the priest's daughter, and why only she is allowed to do so? Alright, let us continue, students. Besides, she added, goading them deliberately. What do you mean by goading? Goading means provoking. Deliberately means on purpose. So she purposely provoked them by saying, we are all equal in the eyes of God. Why did she say this? Because this is what is taught to us since our childhood, that God does not make any difference between people. So who are we to do so? She was not quite sure whether they had heard this bit, for they had already turned away in disgust. Disgust meaning a strong feeling of not liking or approving of something or somebody. So she was not sure whether they have heard what she said, because they already turned away, because they felt that she is making a disgusting argument with them. But after lunch, she caught them whispering about that horrid English school she goes to, which meant that they had heard. What do you mean by horrid? Very unpleasant or unkind. So what did she hear? What did she hear them whispering? She heard that they were talking about the school where she goes to, and she must be learning all this stuff from there itself. That means they must have heard what she told them about. But she was sure that they had not taken her seriously. That was the trouble with all grown-ups. They always presumed. What is the meaning of presumed? To think that something is true even if you do not know for sure. Means just to suppose. They presumed, according to her, what these grown-ups presume, that if they told her that she would understand everything, when she was older, she would accept their wisdom and authority unquestioningly and not dream of going against them. What is the meaning of wisdom, children? The ability to make sensible decisions and judgments because of your knowledge or experience. So all these grown-ups, what did they presume? They presume that when she will grow up older, at that time she might accept all their wisdom, whatever they told her, and she might not argue along with them, or she might not go against them. But, oh well, she would show them this time. So this time she has decided that I will teach a lesson to these grown-ups. What happens next? Let us see. She therefore submitted with good grace to the suggestion that she accompany her grandmother to the tank for her evening bath. So she accompanied her grandmother for her evening bath, though she really preferred the makeshift bathroom at the back of the house. Now what is the meaning of makeshift? Made to be used for only a short time until there is something better. Means for a temporary purpose. And where was this bathroom situated? At the back of her house. She hated the slippery stone steps of the tank. How were the steps over there? They were slippery, made of stone. The dark green slime at their edges menaced her foothold. So the edges were covered with dark green slime, that is the fungus that gets created all over. Okay, and it is kind of slippery when we walk over it. So it made her difficult to walk over it while she goes in the makeshift bathroom. The water had a sullen, dangerous look and always felt bitterly cold. How was the water? It had a dangerous look. Okay, now here water has been personified with the quality of being sullen and having a dangerous look. What is the meaning of sullen? Looking bad-tempered and not wanting to speak to people. How can a water behave like this? But she has just personified, the author has personified water with such kind of a quality, being sullen or having a dangerous look, and it was bitterly cold. But she endured it all today with no complaint, chattering brightly. Why do you think so? She did not complain at all this time, because she felt a little confident and she felt a little contented, because the argument that she had along with her grown-ups, she was somewhere right. She felt that whatever she argued, she was on the right point. She did not fuss even when the tiny fishes swarmed around her ankles, pecking at them viciously, threatening her precarious balance. What is the meaning of fuss? A time when people behave in an excited, a nervous, or an angry way. Meaning of viciously? Cruel, done in order to hurt somebody or something. Meaning of precarious is uncertain, likely to fall. So when she went there with her grandmother in the tank, she found tiny little fishes are swimming around her ankles. They are trying to peck her. Peck her means they were trying to prick her. Alright. And hardly she was able to walk on that slippery ground, or you can say slippery floor of that makeshift bathroom. And on the top of it, these fishes are trying to peck her out. But out of all, she did not even try to create any fuss out of it. All because she was feeling very much contented, happy, and sustained. Back again at the house, she had to undergo the intensely uncomfortable ritual of hairdressing. How the hairdressing ritual is? Intensely uncomfortable. Why? Let us see. They smoothed her hair with what felt like a whole jar of oil. Okay, so how mothers keep oiling their children's hair. Okay, they keep on putting a lot of oil in their hair. Okay, so it is like here the writer has just used a hyperbole by saying a whole jar of oil, means a lot of oil. Separated each shining strand till it hung limp and straight and lifeless down her back, then tied it up in a tight skin stretching knot on the top of her head. Okay, so how women in village mostly used to do it, they keep oiling their children's hair and they tie it up very tightly, okay, stretching all the skin from over here, securing it with a fiber of banana stem. Okay, then after that her mother has tied it up with a banana stem. She was thankful none of her school friends could see her like this. So she was quite embarrassed when this was all going on. But what to do? It's a ritual. After having a bath, she has to go through with this. But she was thankful that at least her friends are not here to look her in this way. Of course, nobody would like it. Even you would not like it if you are being, pampered in this kind of a manner by your parents. But all of a sudden, your friends are watching it. They're observing it. So you would feel embarrassed, right? So she was thankful that nobody could see her like this. Droplets of oil oozing down her temples gave her tiny shivers of disgust. Oozing out means to flow slowly out. Means it was all flowing out from your temples, as in this particular flattened part. Okay, one of the flat parts on each side of our forehead. So our forehead has these flattened parts, or these are called as temples. Okay, so the oil was oozing out from her temples, from her hair, because it means her mother had put up so much of oil in her hair. So this particular thing gave her a kind of disgusting feeling. At the back of her neck felt slimy. So all her back, okay, it all became oily and she was feeling slimy and irritated because of it. Made her long wriggle out of her skin. What is the meaning of wriggle? To move about or to move a part of your body with short, quick movements. So we do it like this kind of a thing. Okay, when all the oil was oozing out from her hair and it all went down to her neck and her back. So she kind of felt very irritated because it was all flowing down. She bit back her annoyance, contenting herself with a savage swipe at her oily forehead with the edge of her skirt when they were not watching. What is the meaning of annoyance? Annoyance means a feeling of being annoyed. So she was very much annoyed with what was happening to her. Okay, so what did she do? With a savage swipe. Savage means with very cruel or violent. Like violently she just picked up her skirt and she swiped it up everything, whatever was coming out from her hair, whatever the oil that was oozing out from her hair to her body. Okay, when nobody was watching her, what did she do? She took off her skirt. She just took the edge of her skirt and she just swiped it off everything. She was ready before the evening flurry of lamp lighting had started. Flurry, a short time in which there is suddenly a lot of activity. Okay, flurry means within a short period of time, lot many activity happens. So she was all ready for the evening flurry of lamplighting that started. The old toothless major domo of the household, Kelu Nair, was instructed to accompany her today. Now, what is the meaning of major domo? A long serving servant. So his name was Kelu Nair, and he was instructed to be along with her. Why could they never understand how ridiculous she felt? Ridiculous, very silly and unreasonable. She felt that it is silly for keeping him along with her. Why? To keep an eye on her. Being escorted by him, escorted means what? One or more people that go with somebody, something as an honor. Okay, so she was escorted by the major domo of her house, that is the long serving servant, so that she does not do anything stupid. She had reminded her mother many times that she walked alone to school every day when they were back in the town, that she even went by herself to the bakery at the end of the road to buy sweets and cakes. Her mother simply pretended not to hear. Pretend means what? To behave in a way in order to make others believe something that is not true. Means her mother pretended not to hear anything, even though she heard everything what she said, what her daughter said. But then she was pretending that she did not hear anything. Why? Because the girl was feeling ridiculous because she was escorted by Kelu Nair. She alternately envied and detested the grown-ups, alternately by turns, one after the other. Means again and again she envied. Envied means to want something that somebody else has, and detested, to hate or not like somebody something at all. She was continuously hating, and she envied them for again and again behaving in the same manner with her, and she continuously had points for not liking their activities against her. The grown-ups, for their loathsome habit of not hearing whatever they found inconvenient to answer. Inconvenient, causing trouble or difficulty. What's the meaning of loathsome? Loathsome means extremely unpleasant. So she continuously she started disliking this particular habit of their grown-ups. What kind of a habit? For not hearing whatever they found inconvenient to answer. Means whenever grown-ups are not in a position to answer, they pretend for not to hear it. Sometimes, if she arrived at the strategic blend of authority and appeal, she could force Kelu Nair to walk a few steps behind her and pretend that he did not belong to her at all. Okay, what's the meaning of strategic? Done as a part of a plan. So whenever she gets an opportunity, she plans and asks Kelu Nair to walk a few steps behind her, so that everybody feels, and even she feels, that she is not accompanied by anyone. But hardly and rarely she used to have this opportunity. She never achieved this. Today, he stuck obstinately to her side. Okay, obstinately means stubbornly, imparting bits and pieces of information and advice that she tried to ignore. She was stubbornly stuck to this particular man, that is Kelu Nair. Why? Because definitely he must have got an instruction or an order from his parents or the grown-ups of her house to stay along with her. Okay, and he kept on giving her information and advice that she was trying to ignore anyhow. She quickened her steps as they reached the road. Okay, when they reached to the roadside, what did she try to do? She started moving faster. Her walks became faster, almost breaking into a run. Kelu Nair shouted at her to stop and wait for him. She did not care to explain to any of them that she tried to cover the stretch of road as quickly as possible because the gravel hurt her bare feet. Now, what are gravel? Gravel, very small stones that are used for making roads, paths, etc. If you must have seen, tiny stones are mixed up in the coal tar and they are spread on the road. So those small little stones, okay, they are called as gravel. So it was hurting her, okay, and that's the reason she started walking fast, and she just ignored to explain anyone who was coming across her. At the temple entrance, she slowed down, grateful for the feel of the sun-warmed stone. So now she has entered in the temple, okay, and she slowed down over there, and she was feeling very much grateful to feel the sun-warmed stone of the temple side. Okay, children, I hope the story is understood so far. The continuation of the chapter will be done in the second part of it. I hope you all have taken down the difficult words that were highlighted. What happens next, what she does, what her family does, and what happens in the end, we will all come to know in our second part of the chapter. I hope you all have understood everything. Till then, take care, enjoy, and do get connected to the first part so that you enjoy the second part of it. Bye, take care, and thank you.